kind of a gift and a curse. Like being good enough to where word of mouth can get you somewhere, you're also like dependent on if someone tells someone about you. Artists be like, you're really good at this, so I'm not gonna tell anybody, so I can keep it for myself.
I've heard that.
Yeah, and it's like, bro, no, don't do the opposite. Like,
Yeah.
But like, it's not even whether he does that or that. It's
Yeah.
the fact that he has that control.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't.
Yep.
So I knew I needed to figure out how to get business myself, and so that's when I started doing content.
What's up, fam? It's Friday, beautiful day, May 1st. Can you believe it's almost halfway through the year?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy. And so not only is it halfway through the year, where are we at? So it's 86, not too bad. Arizona 86 isn't that bad. If you've been checking out content, Liftoff Agent and also Mr. Liftoff, then you've probably seen some, we've done Fashion Square, interviewing just the general public. We've done content with cars and real estate. And I wanted to give the man, the myth, the legend a little opportunity. Welcome to the Liftoff Experience. Chris, to be in front of the camera. We have like 4 cameras on us right now.
Yeah.
We literally spent like 15 minutes going through, getting everything together. But yeah, it's been a process for sure. But how are you doing today, bro?
I'm good. Thanks
Yeah?
for having me.
Of course, man. Of
I
course.
have a
So
beautiful home here.
thanks,
Wanna
man.
say that for
I
sure.
appreciate you. It's nice to share it, you know. And so we have an event coming up on the 16th, and it's going to be went from GTR to just cars in general. I said supercars, but we're having people that are here that have not supercars as well, because something said about like inspiring each other, whether you have a supercar, a regular car, whatever. And so Chris is going to help out with a lot of the production behind the scenes. And so actually, we're going to be working out some of the details. We should have like, I think 3 camera cars, and then I have like 2 or 4 shooters. Got to double check all that. And then as we get closer here in the next week or so, because right now the first of 16 days, T minus less than 2 weeks, I can go over some details and we'll get it all figured out. But I'm excited to have you on, excited to give you the spotlight a little bit and get into like your story, because we got connected. You can check out his episode, Matty Moves. So you can check it out. He was on the show and we went into his story. And then how did you guys get connected?
Our mutual friend Jacob introduced me to his shooter Chris,
Okay.
and then Chris brought me over to Mass Place, and we've been working.
Nice, bro. That's what's up. He's been traveling a lot, right?
Yeah, he's in like Texas right now, I believe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw he's traveling, doing some stuff, but that's cool. Like if you could have clients in different locations and travel and have fun and enjoy, like more power to you. So so let's get into your story. I'm curious because you know, you're an artist. You like to produce, make music. He's also doing film production, editing as well, doing stuff with us. And so how did you where did you fall in love with this whole like doing music? Where did it start? Curious.
So it started like one of my first memories is me. I think I was watching the TV and there was a guy on a stage playing a guitar.
Okay.
And ever since then, I wanted to do that.
You're like, I want to be that guy.
Yeah, so I always wanted to be like a rock star. That was like my thing growing up.
I love that. I
And
love that.
Kind of got into music, and then as I was getting into music, I also wanted to be able to record the music.
Okay.
And so that's when I got my first like technical equipment, like audio interface stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that just kind of turned into a business out of nowhere because people wanted to record and stuff.
Yeah.
And so then that went super well. I was in like a small town, so like
Yeah.
word of mouth was just everything.
You grew up here?
No,
Where'd you grow up?
Illinois.
Really?
Yeah,
How long you been here for in Arizona?
6 years.
Me too.
Really?
6 years this summer.
Where'd
Yeah.
you move from?
California, the Bay.
Oh shit!
Yeah, area.
Nice.
33 years, bro. I Mac Dre and freaking E40 and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up with that. Was my generation, bro.
Damn,
Growing up
that's
with
fire.
them and shit. Yeah,
What city in the
sideshows
Bay?
and shit. I was out in the Bay. So I grew up and born and raised out in the Bay. So basically, Pittsburgh, Antioch area. Pittsburgh, Antioch area is like 30 to 45 minutes outside. Just frame of reference, outside of San Francisco. And then
Outside which way?
outside of San Francisco, I would say more inland, and I want to say like. I gotta pop a map up here and actually be able to show you. I'm horrible. I'm just side note. Northeast, west, south.
It's not your fault.
I know we have a west facing house because I know we have sun in the front of the house. That's
What time of day though?
In the evening.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So I grew up there, and then my wife had already had her family out here, and so her mom's out here.
So you guys met over there?
No, we met on Instagram, bro. Yeah, over there. Yeah, well, yeah, over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, both from the Bay. We met online, bro,
Yeah.
on not Craigslist. That was my business partner, but my actual partner, wife, was Instagram, bro.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I think she told me you like DM'd her or something.
So she had paid for software. You say all the things that you like, fitness, health, whatever, and then basically it like will go and comment, and then it will automatically like comment and then start conversations, so you can be able to connect with people that are like minded. Well, then fast forward, I thought she commented, but she didn't, and then I went into the comments and I was just like, I think I sent her a DM or something like that, and then she saw me, and then finally we went back and forth in the DMs, and that's how it all kicked off. So I even told the company at that time, I'm like, hey, like if you want to like a testimonial of like literally like a love story because of your platform. But I think he ended up going out of business or something like
So
that.
wait, what program was it? Like, what was?
I don't know if it's in business anymore, but it was some type of system that she was using. This is like, we've been together, got married in 2019, been together since 2017. So, it's pushing 7, 8 years now, almost 9 years. So it was a
Mhm.
while ago. I forgot exactly the name of the company, but there's other companies out there too that do that as well. They'll go through and they'll find people like minded and they'll like and comment and this and that. But
Okay.
things shifted, I think, and I think they ended up I think they're closing business because something happened with privacy or whatever. And
Right.
so a lot of these platforms don't want automation. They want you to actually be a human
For sure.
and use their platform because they want your eyeball.
Hmm.
They want that time. But what brought you out here?
Kind of music. Like I wanted to be
Really?
closer to like LA or something, but I didn't want
Only
to pay
five
a lot
hours
of money.
away.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But I didn't want to like pay to live in LA.
Yeah.
So I was like, Arizona seems like a good middle
Scottsdale,
ground. I can drive to
Arizona.
Vegas. I can drive to LA. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
And
So
just
family, everyone's back there. You came here by yourself.
yeah, completely by myself.
Let's
During COVID
let's
too.
go. Me too. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah,
Because
that's
when it was because California, they were getting hella strict. They're
mm,
like, oh, you have to get a vaccination to go into restaurants. We're like, what? Fuck that. We're out of
mm-hmm,
here. And so we bought this house and sold our other house sight unseen. So I didn't own; she already owned. And
mm,
so basically, I went into the house, started to help upgrade, do some stuff to the house. My business partner, he had his contractor's license, so we ended up doing like the countertops we have here were there,
mm,
and so we basically did the countertops, and then in the garage because COVID hit 8 months before COVID hit, I closed down our office. I used to have an office for Liftoff, so Liftoff agent and shout sponsor of our show. So I closed down the office, went in the garage, gutted that shit, and we had a 2-car garage, washer and dryer. That gym was there too,
mm-hmm,
and I made myself a little section for my office. And it worked out. Just needed to be a single person, had a little backdrop, and I just worked out of a garage
mm-hmm.
during COVID before we moved over here and came over here. What'd your family think when you were like, I'm out?
My mom was like not surprised. I was always just kind of a do
Really?
whatever type of dude. Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
I didn't tell any. I didn't. I told maybe 3 people until like a week before I left.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then like breaking out, meeting people, was it automatic pretty quick? Like you started meeting people,
Hell
or
no.
did
It
it
was
take you
during.
time?
So I moved.
Oh yeah, it was
I
during
moved
COVID.
before COVID. So COVID didn't even like exist. There was no lockdown yet. So
Hmm.
I just planned to go. It was uh, February 2020, probably when I found my place.
Okay.
And so it was probably like December. It was a few months in advance. Then I leave March 3rd of 2020.
Wow.
And then March, I leave March 3rd. I drive. So I don't get there until March 7th. And then March 14th, my roommate that I moved in with, she calls me. She's like, hey, you might want to grab some extra groceries while you're out. Apparently, they're going to lock things down for 2 weeks.
Oh shit.
And that was after 1 week of being here. And so then, 2 years goes by, and,
You don't know anyone, and you're sitting there like, I gotta be locked in this damn house for freaking 2 weeks. I don't
pretty
know
much.
anyone.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then obviously that turned into like, 2 years or whatever. So I
Wow.
didn't have my first friend here till like probably like 9 months in. Or no. I met one dude like a week after, but
Now, how'd you find the spot? Like, did you find something online, like a room
yeah.
for rent or something like that?
Yeah, I was on like Roomster was the app.
Okay,
Yeah, so
cool.
yeah, it's kind of like Tinder, but for finding rooms.
Yeah. You know what? I could probably put that spot upstairs in Roomster.
Oh yeah, you could.
Could be a good idea too. Interesting. Wow, that's crazy, man. Talk about the whole just like how that just transpired. So then, how'd you make money at first if you're locked down in COVID and you can't go out?
So I would DoorDash, but then also the music from back home I would still do. So they'd record
Mm.
themselves, send it through. I I did decent in COVID. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, a lot of people did.
Yeah.
It's crazy how many people actually did pretty well during COVID because it was
Especially
cool.
for me, like moving to a new city, it's like you're
Yeah.
worried, like, you know, nothing's gonna work out. I'm gonna have to find my way back. But now I was chilling.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool too because for us, she got to work from home. So Melissa was working from home. She was doing everything online. I was already working from home, so it was easy peasy. And then it was like, okay, this is cool. And as soon as we got a taste of that, we're like, dude, we want to continue this shit. And so
Hmm.
now what, 3.5, almost 4 years ago, probably 3.5 years ago, she quit her job and she's just now
Okay.
like she's out there. This is where I'm at. And
Hmm.
then Wednesdays, I got people come in for real estate versus technology. And so that's just a real estate technology focused podcast. And then on Fridays, this is more of a chill day. I like to wind down on Fridays. And then it's just like people come in and just vibe out and have a podcast.
All right. That's
You know what I'm
dope.
saying? Not, we call it podcast, but I want to like, it's like people know podcasts, but my goal is to really push on the experience part
Hmm.
because I've had people like, we had Michael Raviolis. He has Wim Hof. He does Wim Hof breathing. He's a certified Wim Hof instructor, and then he has Optimize. So we did breathing technique. We had also what was it? Jake. He came on. And he had red light panels, so he showed the red light panel. So had another lady who does aura readings,
Mm.
and like she brought her thing, and I put my hand here, and like she showed the aura around me and shit like that. So
Hmm.
so I want to make it more like an experience. You know what I'm saying? To make it more fun. So that way the viewer, listener out there, because some people can view YouTube, y'all, or you could just listen, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, what have you. So going into, I'm curious. So producing music, talk about how easy it is now to produce music and just like literally like they record themselves and then you can go through and do all the rest. So you do the production, so all production, you make beats and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I mainly engineer now, which is like after
Ah,
the beat's made and whether I'm the one recording it or they record it, then they send it to me and I work on it. So
got
that's
it.
the main thing. I used to produce, um, and that was decent, but engineering is like my main squeeze.
Okay. How'd you even like fall into that? Like guitar, be on stage, and then now you're
Oh
over here
yeah. So pretty
producing.
much I got a guitar for my 11th birthday. Then like pretty much every birthday or Christmas. So my birthday's in June.
Okay.
So every 6 months I can get a present pretty much.
Let's go.
so
Working it.
so yeah, so pretty much like June I got a guitar. Then like Christmas I got a bass, and then like the next birthday I got like a drum set. So I got all these
Dope.
things. So I wanted to join a band, and then I was like in a band with the homies, and I was like, I want to be able to record us if we want
Yeah.
to like make a record or something. So my next, I think it was Christmas, I got like a computer and an audio interface and a microphone.
Damn.
So yeah, that was
Your parents are hooking you up.
oh for sure. Yeah, I had it lined up.
That's what's
And
up.
so yeah, I got that, and then some people from or my homie saw it, and like we would just play around and then like make goofy songs, and my homie told some of his friends who wanted to rap about it. So
Mm.
they hit me and they're
That's
like,
what's
"Hey, like
up.
how much do you charge for a song?" I was like, "I don't know, $5." So I did my first I did my first song for like $5, and um it kind of went it like we posted it on SoundCloud, and then like the whole school was like listening to it. So
What?
like going to school and like everybody's like singing a song that I made to me.
That's so
So yeah,
sick.
that was kind of how it started.
Dude, that's what's up. Talking about a liftoff moment. It's cool too because it was just like such an organic transfer of like the whole process. It wasn't like it was pushed or thrived. It was just like, all right, cool. Like we're gonna have some fun here. We're gonna vibe out and see what
Yeah,
happens. And the next thing you know, you make this little masterpiece.
yeah.
Kids love it. And like so I can imagine, I'm just kind of curious personally, from $5 a song, how much is a song now?
It depends. You gotta hit my
What's
line.
a range? Like,
I charge like 16 an hour for it,
okay,
so it depends on
cool.
yeah,
I love it. I love it. And also depends on probably how, I can imagine some stuff maybe a little rough. Just spend a little more time on it, and
yeah,
other stuff's not. And that's where as I totally get it, because even with having a marketing company, it's like you can't really you can give them a range, but it's hard to
right,
tell you specifically like what it's going to look like, especially like we're doing like websites for like one update or two updates or three updates. The next thing you know, it takes like 4, 5, 6 hours, and we're like,
yeah,
hold on, we're losing.
right.
So then it's like, okay, you get 60 minutes. I'm sorry. Like, I hate to put it to you, but it's 60
Yeah,
minutes on startup. So
right,
any of the clients, if you don't know, now you know.
right.
Um,
Yeah, that's how I went through that too. Like, there was this one time I was charging, so I went from like 5 to like 10, 10 to 20. I think I was probably charging 20 an hour at that point.
okay.
And then I was like, okay, I'm actually gonna do per song.
Yeah.
So let me do. I think I changed it to 30 per song. But while I was doing 20 an hour, there's this one dude I worked with. His name was Mozart. He would knock out songs like trying to get his money's worth, you know. So
Yeah,
he
yeah.
did one time he did like 4 songs in an hour, right?
Damn.
And so when I changed it to 30 a song, next thing you know, one song took like a day and a half. You know what I'm saying? They're just in there messing around. I'm like, dude. So that's why I settled on the hourly, at least
Yeah,
for
it
the
makes more
beginning.
sense because he's making 4 songs in an hour, 20 pop, making $80 an hour.
Right. Well, it was just he was making the most out of the 20. So it was just
Uh,
20 an hour. But
oh yeah,
he
yeah,
was,
yeah.
he was doing his thing. He was making sure
Okay.
he like did a lot.
Yeah.
But then so it's like I still make the 20 an hour, right? And so then it was when it was
Mm,
30 a song, next you know, I'm making $30 in a day and a half. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So that's where it was like this doesn't make sense. That's why I had to
yeah.
start charging hourly.
Well, that's the thing too. I think that like going a little deeper in that, it's like business owner, producer, what have you, like what's your value, what's your worth? Because we all are passionate about what we do, and that's where I feel like sometimes like the passion and the value of what you charge for that passion is kind of a little bit of a gray area because
For
you don't
sure.
quite know. It's like, well, I love doing this, like I'll do it for free, but then it's just like, fuck, man, Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
I need groceries. I gotta like do stuff. So then that's where you kind of have to then, go in that direction. Um, and it's interesting in the real estate side, a lot of these agents I met with Jamie yesterday, and she felt like she likes heavy metal,
Hmm.
but she kept heavy metal here, and she thought she needed to be a persona in real estate here. So she's this professional persona over here. I'm like, blend that shit.
For sure.
I'm like, have fun. Like, why wouldn't you want to work with a client that likes heavy metal, like you like heavy metal, and then you can go to that like concert with your client
For sure.
who just bought a home from you. You can celebrate at a concert.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, I like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like having her own niche, you know? She
yeah,
probably thought she needed to hit a certain type of people,
yeah.
as if heavy metal fans don't need houses too. you know?
One of these, bro.
There you go.
But it's so true, and I think that, and this is transferable in any industry. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. And that's where we started to collide as far as collaboration because I'm like, dude, I'm doing this whole real estate marketing thing. It's fucking stuffy, bro. Like, oh, do real estate, like Liftoff Agent. We do websites, we do editing, we do this, and it's just like passive prospecting systems. Boring.
yeah.
But if you're like, I'm with this chick who has an Audi R8 and a dope ass Lego freaking purse on her strap, she had Legos. It's like, hold on, who's this guy? What's going on? And what is this about? And then you go deeper and you're like, oh, interesting. Yeah, I need a website.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel
Exactly.
like people out there need to kind of flip the script. So how do you in like 2026 now, how do you like even get yourself out there or pick up new clients or is it just word of mouth? Like how do you even like navigate that?
Right. So I guess the continuation of I don't know the story of my life. I
Of
guess
course,
is
hell yeah.
like I did it in a small town, so like there was a lot of word of mouth.
Okay. Shit
Because I
traveled.
was also the only one that did it. Like it was that small of a town.
Oh damn.
Um, so I had that completely on lock, and then moving here, I still had that the people from back then, but
Yeah, yeah.
it started to dry up like noticeably.
Really?
Yeah, like I realized I couldn't like it would be like real good some months, real bad some months, And I
Mm.
knew that was because there was no like consistent outreach or way to get clients. So like
Mm.
it was kind of a gift and a curse. Like being good enough to where word of mouth can get you somewhere. You're also like dependent on if someone tells someone about you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've had artists be like you're really good at this, so I'm not gonna tell anybody so I can keep it for myself.
I've heard that.
Yeah, and it's like, bro, no, don't do the opposite. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like, it's not even whether he does that or that. It's
Yeah.
the fact that he has that control.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't.
Yep.
So I knew I needed to figure out how to get business myself, and so
Mm.
that's when I started doing content.
Dude, I love that. Hey, that's a liftoff moment right there because you hear that too. It's very transferable in other industries, relatable, like for our sponsor, Liftoff Agent, and agents that are watching this as well. It's like, it's the same thing. Like, oh, I don't want to share you with anyone else. Or, oh, what about like, Susie? She's in my market. And it's just like, with what we do specifically, I just use the Baskin Robbins analogy. I'm like, there's 31 flavors. Not everyone's gonna like every single flavor. Okay,
hmm
your chocolate, she's vanilla.
Right.
It's that simple. And,
hmm
and not to mention, like, you know, if you do work with someone who's like, I want exclusivity. You do?
Wait, what's the question?
No, like I'm saying, like I want exclusivity, right? Like the guy he said, he's like, I just want to not share about
Right.
thousand an hour.
Oh,
You know,
for sure. Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
no,
what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've
Like,
had people like, oh yeah, like you can't work with anybody else, bro. Like just mess with us. I'm like no. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Like you can't afford
you
that.
can't
Like what
afford
the
me
fuck?
then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna give me
100%.
250,000 a month
Yeah,
or a year or whatever.
exactly.
Like, you know what I'm
Crazy.
saying?
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
So then, what kind of content? Like, what are you putting out there to like start getting like show face and starting to be able to get like notice?
So I guess my theory behind content is I think of each platform as like a language. So
Ooh,
I got to learn that language. I got to learn how to speak on that
yeah, yeah.
platform, and then I can tell the story I want.
That's fire, bro.
So right now I'm just still learning the language. So
Okay.
I'm just posting whatever I think can
Yeah,
be
yeah,
decent.
yeah.
So what I got going on Instagram now is the golf cart vlog.
It's hitting.
Yeah.
Check it out. Links are down below
Yeah, yeah.
if you're on
So
YouTube.
yeah, I rent me and the homie rented a golf cart to try to give people rides
Hey
in
team,
Scottsdale.
let's put that in there real quick.
Yeah,
Though I'm gonna just put a couple little clips so that way they
yeah,
can see
yeah.
this shit.
And so what happened was we get to Scottsdale and we figure out that it's very territorial with the golf cart people over there.
Oh my god.
So pretty much I pull up in Scottsdale and literally in 15 minutes I'm riding back home so I don't get like the cops called on me and stuff.
Oh my god. Yeah,
So it's
I saw that video and it was funny. So it was like 2 weeks ago during the time we were filming this, and I was talking to you about that at the house we were at. We're at a Cannonball Run car show and cruise. He's like, honestly, he's like, I've been sitting on that content for a minute.
oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, I just put it out there, but that's so interesting. So then, when you put something out there that might not be directly correlated with I produce music, you still get like DMs, conversations that start, or like what? How does that transpire into opportunities? I'm just curious.
It's mainly just a lesson. Like now I know, like it
Okay.
wasn't an accident that those videos did well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I went through a lot to figure out how to make people want to watch them. So I'll just translate that to the music eventually. But there is like a lot of like DMs and stuff, like especially with the one that did really well, like the golf cart. There was like another guy that actually does the golf carts and he makes content. He commented on it. He like followed me and stuff. And then a bunch of
Ah.
people who were like, oh yeah, I tried that back in the day and it was the same thing, stuff like that, you know?
Okay.
So
Okay.
definitely like started, it taught me that, kind of like we've been talking about, like it doesn't have to be like, um, it doesn't have to be like maybe a sales piece in order to get people talking about it.
Yep.
It can just be like, hey, this is what happened. And then
Mm-hmm.
people who are interested in that can say, oh, yeah, you know, I relate to that, or I did that too, or, you know, that's
Yeah.
interesting to me.
Yeah, I think the relatability thing is awesome, and then people build that know, like, and trust. And then when I was watching your videos, you were just so like organic and just being how you are now, and so it wasn't like this script, and you didn't try so hard. It was just like, all right, this is what happened, and you're just
Pretty
being
much,
real.
yeah.
And it's funny. I want to talk a second about how every platform is like a language, and it really is because I have all of them, and on certain types, like if I have like something I'm about to post, and it's like I feel like this, like I'm super motivated, this extra energy or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm gonna put it on all the platforms. I personally have a hard time. Yes, that's me. I do have a hard time. As much shit I put out there, putting it on everything. Like I don't really fuck with TikTok as much as I could, and I have one.
Mm-hmm.
Snapchat I have, but I haven't really done anything. My daughter just wants to fuck around on it.
Same.
But there's people there too that I know from high school and what have you, and relationships from the past. LinkedIn, I don't really dive into too much LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
And then my main I like the most, I would have to say, would be Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, only because Instagram connects to Facebook.
Mm.
And so I'll see stuff pop off, like say on Instagram, but then and then what is it, Facebook? Because it pushes through it. And then when it comes to YouTube, I like YouTube from like the long form perspective, educational bits, and then the short form stuff works too. But like you're right, they're all different languages. And to be honest with you, like I almost like don't care. I feel like I don't care enough to speak the language to
Mm-hmm.
kind of fuck with other platforms. And like it was crazy. Like I posted something on TikTok like a month and a half, 2 months ago about 36-hour fast. It
Mm-hmm.
was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and my wife is literally like almost done with her fast, and she is just vacuuming the whole house. Has all this energy. 36 hours in. And so I just do a stupid video. I just pick up the phone, it's on the counter. I'm like, this was 36 hours fast looks like. And I walk up and she's over there vacuuming and shit. And then like I put it on TikTok and it hit like 350, 400,000 views or something
Wow.
like that.
Yeah.
And it didn't stop hitting, just like the one I was going to lunch in the GTR, do a pull on the freeway. That one has like 520,000 views or something like that. And it
Mhm.
just, I mean, it's been 3 months. It does not stop hitting. And because it's so relatable.
Mhm.
So I think there's something to be said about maybe just like super organic.
And that those are on TikTok or those are hitting on everything?
One's on TikTok for the fasting one, and then the other one's on Instagram
Okay.
for the pulling on the freeway with the GTR thing. Because for me too, I've noticed is that because I like cars hits pretty good, especially on Instagram. I think it also hit on other platforms as well, but I don't know. I just haven't. I feel like I feel like the platforms, and this could just be speculation. I feel like the platforms, they know how long you're on the platform and what you're doing. And
Mhm.
one example, I heard TikTok is one that you really have to like, you need to spend time on the platform and they reward you for spending time on the platform and then posting more and
Mhm.
interacting more.
Right. I actually just heard that from there's actually like a smoke shop over by my place and the dude he does content in the smoke shop. So like he'll use
Mm.
like his security footage of like the crackheads coming in and stuff.
Oh shit.
Yeah, his stuff's doing super well. He said that exact same thing and he's going crazy on TikTok. So yeah.
Mm. See, that's where I feel like if you could pick your lane, because the biggest thing is like pick your lane, like your vibe creates your tribe, and what are you trying to do with the process? Like I know a lot of the clients that Liftoff and they mess with YouTube because of the passive prospecting thing. So they do YouTube, passive prospecting, drive that traffic to a website, and we do like video to blog, stuff like that. And it just helps them get exposure and build know, like, and trust and work with people that like want to work with them from that perspective. And then Instagram is easy peasy from like story perspective. What are you doing day in the life? I got some stories of us, doing what we're doing.
Hmm.
I'll get a couple clips of this, put it on stories as well because then it's like you can get fast, quick hits about what that person is doing. Instead of everything needing to be polished or everything just being like 6 months later, you post this shit, you're like, oh man, that just happened. You're like, oh, it was 6 months ago, but it happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It happened.
Hmm.
So that's where I feel like kind of have to pick your lane. And then I feel like once you have a team, you can start leveraging. Like I'm on like stuff's posted on all the platforms now because I have the team. And so
Hmm.
I leverage the team for everything besides basically TikTok. But what's your choice? Like if you were to have a platform that you would really want to like or you do focus on more, do you have a preference?
Not really. I only started posting on Instagram Reels like a month or two ago.
Really?
Yeah, and that was just because I would post them. I would post all my stuff on TikTok, and then I was just like, let me try Reels. Like I don't want to
Hmm.
look in the future and not have like a following there.
Yeah.
So I posted a TikTok that had 1,400 views on TikTok. I posted on Reels, and right now it has like 470K. So yeah,
Let's go.
so yeah, now I'm definitely posting on Instagram.
You're like, all right, maybe Instagram's the vibe. I don't know.
Yeah.
The thing, so this is a whole segment on social media now. We're kind of going deep on this, but I like to geek out on it as well because when you look at like, we'll say like Instagram versus TikTok, right? And so TikTok, I feel like is a little harder to like kind of connect in a way because like you have DMs on Instagram. And it's so easy to DM someone
Right.
and do like a voice or do like a video message. And then with TikTok, it's like you have to kind of like dig a little bit to like start this conversation. And
Mm-hmm.
then even like the what is it, AUXI, like the interface,
Mm-hmm.
it just it isn't as intuitive. It feels almost like not as organic
Mm-hmm.
as Instagram when you're in the DMs. It's almost like you're just like on an iPhone sending a text message.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So that's where I feel like I like the Instagram from that perspective, just because it's so easy to be able to do that. And then it's funny, I talked to agents about this. I feel like Instagram is almost like you have your followers, you have your following, you have your post count, and then you have the back end, you have your DMs. It's damn near a fucking CRM system.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you have your followers, which are your prospects.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the people that watch your stories, which are people that are wanting to see what you're up to, which are basically can be your prospects, And then you have the DMs and the conversations with these people, which is like a catalog of all the conversations that you're having. That is the same thing that you would have in your CRM system,
Right.
But the CRM system, you still have to send an email or make a phone call to connect those dots. Instagram is all integrated.
Right.
unless someone's not checking their damn DMs. No.
But not that's facts.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
100% facts.
So honest, interesting. So I want to go back into your story.
Mm-hmm.
Rock star, bands, guitarists, getting on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still the vibe? Is that still the goal?
Low key, yeah.
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 So what are your thoughts? You think you'll just eventually go solo and like do something on your own? Do you still want to have a band? Like what does that even look like?
Probably starts with like building an audience, and then from there you can kind of monetize it how you want.
So that's
So
why you're playing around with the content and
pretty
ah.
much.
Okay. What would be the vibe of music?
Uh, my favorite is kind of like 2000s like pop punk kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, like Green Day, Paramore, stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, that's my shit.
That's what's that's
Yeah,
sick. Would you instrument, sing, both?
definitely wouldn't sing.
Not sing,
Yeah,
no?
I'm not good at singing.
Okay.
Probably probably bass. Honestly, I like
No
bass guitar.
shit.
Yeah,
That's what's up. That's super cool. So you would basically get a band together.
yeah, I
Really?
would love to.
Do
Yeah,
you have leads?
no, hell
Yeah, he's all right. All right, so Chris is putting together a band. All right, we need someone to sing. We need a drummer. We got bass and guitar.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
All right, y'all.
yeah,
Maybe someone on the keys.
yeah. Little jam sesh. Yeah.
The man's information is down below. So true story.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, I was around all of it. All of my friends played acoustic, electric.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Giovanni, you can look him up,
Mm-hmm.
and he plays I think a seven string guitar,
Mm-hmm.
and he's hella good. He's on Facebook. I'll have to show him after. I'll show you him on the show after the show. Man, we get your band together right now. And then Keith Eubanks was another one of my good friends back in high school. And so they would always jam out and I would always just be around them. And
Mm-hmm.
then I remember what was his name? He was the drummer. I knew a couple different drummers. And then actually I used to work at a pizza place, Mountain Mike's Pizza back in the day. And working at that pizza place, Jake, I haven't seen shout out to Jake, I haven't seen him forever, but he's in a band. And the main guy who is a singer that's on the keys, he's
Mm-hmm.
on TikTok, and they're the band for Howie Mandel.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's fire.
crazy, bro. I was like on TikTok. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is Howie? So I went a little deeper.
Mm-hmm.
So Howie Mandel has a podcast, and then he has a studio. And so basically, Jake and then his like the main guy. There's like 4 or 5 or 6 people. They do very eccentric, different type of stuff. So Jake now is on like, you ever see one of those boxes you could sit on,
Oh,
and then you can play
cajon.
it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that. So he plays that,
Right.
and he used to play the full on
Drums.
guitars. And Jake, he's short, 5'5", short dude, long blonde hair, big old stocky dude.
Yeah.
He used to always hit the weights. I think he was on the football team too, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, man. So I grew up with all that shit. It's so crazy because like you're kind of like it's bringing back full circle. I'm like, oh shit, like I remember all these memories and these things I used to do and everything else. And the thing is too is like you're not forgetting your dreams, bro.
Oh, for sure.
It's like just went left for a second.
Pretty much. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Audio
saying?
just felt like the more kind of realistic way to go about it. You know,
Yeah.
like I could. It was technical. It was pretty much like I don't know if I was thinking like this before, but like I didn't want to be a full time like creator in the sense that like
Hmm.
imagine having writer's block and then you also lose money because you're not making music. You know, like that sounds like doesn't sound enjoyable to me. But with
No.
audio, it's like I love it, but I can be detached enough from the actual result to like make it a business.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's like anything. Like my wife right now, she is doing the tea thing, but then she works for the International Masters Association. So she gets 1 or 2 clients that she helps become a certified tea blend specialist. Well, with that process, she's making and she can make, 11, 12, 1300 registrant. So she brings in that extra cash flow. So then she can still grow her main tea company. Or, who's viewing and listening right now? They're serving. They're bartending. I mean, I did nightclub security. I used to be a bouncer. So I would do like Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, I'd be a bouncer and I had my guard card certification. And I used to just, whether it was the door checking IDs or kicking people out or whatever. And then I wanted to free up my days to be able to do the business thing. And this is, 15 years ago now. It's crazy to say that. What the hell?
Yeah.
And you do what you got to do,
Yeah, for sure.
you know? Because I think for what you do for the production value, I mean, you could do that anywhere. You don't have to be anywhere specifically,
Right.
and then you could produce your own shit, which is dope. You know. So do you still play currently just to keep? I saw we had a meeting. You had to get
The
the
guitar. Yeah,
acoustic
yeah,
guitar behind you.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Interesting. That's cool. That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So then, build build the views, build the platform, get additional audience, and then you're just gonna drop the bomb on them, and they're gonna be like, "What?"
Mate. I mean, yeah, just like kind of build a personal brand, and then like when you have a personal brand, you can do whatever.
That's true,
You know, I could start a tea company and do some real estate. You know, what I'm saying, like
dude.
if you got the, you know, if you got the exposure, you can kind of sell them anything. You know what I'm saying?
It's so freaking crazy liftoff moment right there. It's so interesting because you think about. I was watching shout out Hulk Hogan, watching his
Mm-hmm.
documentary on Netflix. It just
Mm-hmm.
came out, and he went from all of these different times in his life where he, I mean, hit rock bottom, got divorced, started a TV show, that shit went south, all these things, but because of his following, I mean, now the guy has a beer company and he has restaurants and like totally outside of wrestling. And it's amazing what you could do with the following and how easy it is. Like, there's this guy that I follow and it's Brez Scales. Brez Scales, he's in his 20s over in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And so he does brand scaling, is what he calls it. And basically, he runs ads, he helps companies bring in revenue and does all that type of stuff. And then on the side, he started this like candy company that's like candy. I don't know if it's a nootropic or if it's like a candy company that has like caffeine or whatever, but it's supposed to help you focus or what. This guy like posts, and the next thing you know, because he has like 500,000 followers, boom, up, sold out. And then his next story, he just has like a bunch of shit like everywhere and this and that. And he's like, "Oh, these are all already sold out." Yada yada yada. It's amazing what you do if you can just have a following.
For sure, changes everything. It's kind of like the highest leverage you can get besides having a bunch of money. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
what more can you like trade off of that? You know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is the thing, and this is kind of where I get torn. I built the company with Liftoff Agent, so I have that. Very grateful, very blessed. I technically don't need to be on social media. I mean, it's a value add. Don't get me wrong, because building the know, like, and trust. I'm doing a lot of the sales. I want to be a human. I had an agent who actually reached out to me today on Facebook. It was just like, "Hey, dude, like, this is what's going on. Got a couple more listings. Have you in the back of my mind. I want to get started." I said, send a message back. Cool. I said, want to make sure you have the budget first and foremost. There's no reason to get started if you don't have the budget and so on and so forth. Take your time, whatever else. So I see the value in that perspective. On the other perspective, I'm going to use a couple examples. Logan Paul
Mm-hmm.
and Jake, and so the Paul brothers. I mean, and even if you watch Hogan's documentary, they talk about it that like all they really do, and Hogan did this. He was a good guy, and then he got dried up, so then he went to the bad guy.
Right.
Right? He went to MWO. He was this bad guy, and he was this other character, and it propelled him further. That's all the Paul brothers do.
Oh, for sure.
They just go, and that's where. Do you feel that if someone is trying to build a brand from the perspective of good cop, bad cop, or just getting people to like conversate, right? Because you know how it goes. News, media, you do the right content and you get the right controversy. Good cop, bad cop. It takes a life of its own, and there's a bunch of comments. People that all have an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's being authentic?
Um, I mean, if you're actually, it can be low key in a way.
Really?
Like if you're really kind of a piece of shit, you know, like then you're all, you know, you're just being you.
Yeah.
Because like in theory, like you start content and you want to put your best foot forward or whatever.
Mm,
But if for some reason you don't, then
yeah.
that's just kind of how it works.
Interesting.
You know.
Because you'll watch stuff like just kind of impromptu, organic shit. Like there was School of Hard Knocks, and they interviewed Logan Paul,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone in the comments were like, "He's a really cool, genuine, down to earth dude." Like people don't even see that perception value because
Mm-hmm.
now he's a part of wrestling and whatever else, and he has this like Speed was just
Oh yeah.
on the on like
WrestleMania. Yeah.
WrestleMania,
Mm-hmm.
right? Apparently, he got like 500 to 750,000
That's not
to
surprising.
make an appearance, just
Probably a
because he has,
steal, low key,
yeah,
his
because he
audience.
has such a big audience,
Oh, for
right?
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. So it makes me just think to myself, like, man, like, I don't know, is because I've done it. I've
Hmm.
had some controversial shit and it was hitting, and I don't know, a couple videos hit 1 million plus, but I just,
I don't think it might not convert as well as you want. Like it's not the way to go. I'm not saying it can be authentic as in you should do it,
yeah,
but like yeah, I don't think it's the only option.
yeah.
So if you don't want to, then don't do it. That's what I would say.
Well, what I've learned is, and if you haven't already gone viral out there, viral content, it's like it takes a life of its own. You know it.
Hmm.
All the comments, everyone's just, it's like, I ain't gotta do shit.
Yeah.
Like it's just all right, cool. I'm just gonna check in every once in a while, and there's something to be said about that. But what I've learned is it's better to have like maybe lower, like if you have an offer, lower views, but like conversion, because you're
Right.
like converting because this is like directly in line with who and what you're looking to do.
Hmm.
So that's where I feel like for me, like I don't know if I can get behind the good cop, bad cop,
Right.
not cock. Oh my god. Guitar, cop. All right, I got to work on my language over here today.
There you go.
It's
Probably
Friday.
these,
We're chilling.
probably these headphones. I don't know.
I know, right? He does not like these headphones. He doesn't want to hear
Yeah, I was like
himself.
throwing myself off.
The team's over here trying to like turn up the volume and shit. We can't hear him for the shorts. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's not my vibe, but it is what it is. What about you? You think you go down that lane?
No, definitely not.
No?
No,
Yeah.
I'm not a controversy guy. Like even if for some reason I believed it was the way to go, it's like not my vibe.
Yeah, not my vibe either. I literally was like going to go pick up my daughter today, and this video comes up. What was it? It was like 22,000 homes available in Greater Phoenix. Who the hell is going to live in Phoenix? Can you believe it? Prices are going down, and oh my God. And I'm like, this guy was like wanting to cause controversy, right?
Hmm.
And the fact that there's 22,000 homes. Okay, first off, do you know how many people live in Phoenix?
A lot.
7.4 million. Okay, like what's the percentage, right? I'm just curious, like what is the percentage? Comment down below if you can do it before I actually say this shit. But like what, like I don't even know. 5% of 7.4 million. I'm pulling this out of my ass. I have no idea. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, let me just, for frame of reference, I should have did this because I made a comment on it, right? Because there's a bunch of people commenting. This guy, I think, just does controversy type shit. All right, if we just do 1% of 7.4 million, that's 74,000.
Hmm.
He was talking about 22,000. This is like 0.001 percentage of the 7.4 million people and this is like where I get at. It's like if people were just to go deeper on specifically like one thing we do at Liftoff, no fluff. Okay. YouTube channel, 2 million views total. Channel, 5 years old. Traffic, 2,000 to the website, 3,500 page views, 50 leads generated, 2 deals closed. What's your ROI? It's that simple.
Hmm.
And so it's like when someone says something like that to me, it's like he's just clout chasing,
Right.
right?
No, 100%.
I'm just saying, clout chasing.
Yeah. I mean, it works for engagement, but it's like I don't know. It's just not positive.
No.
Like if you believe you control it, you would never choose that type of. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
Like if anyone, even the Paul brothers, if they had an option to be as big as they were and it was 100% positive, they'd choose it. But
Yeah, it's
do what
hard.
you got to do.
I mean, hats off because they do an amazing job.
Oh, for sure. I'm a fan. I'm like not a fan as in I watch their stuff, but like from a business perspective, it's hard to
Yeah.
beat them.
The one thing I do watch, I would say more Jake's vibe YouTube long form than on the other side than his brother. I would say that I like Jake a little bit better because of the fact that than Logan, because Logan keeps that vibe even in his vlogs. This
Really?
kind of controversy, kind of like
I thought Jake was the controversial one.
he is, but when you watch his like he has his new ranch channel,
Hmm.
he basically just has hella fun and just like he says stupid shit and
Right.
and he's always it's always 3 seconds, 3 seconds. That's what if you don't already know. Every 3 seconds, if you watch a movie, pay attention, they rehook you.
For sure.
And that's the thing I think with content as well is like how do you rehook every 3 seconds to get that person to come back? Because like I want to go down the rabbit hole a little bit with all this shit.
Hmm.
It's all psychology,
For sure.
right?
Hmm.
And you know
It's
how.
all, yeah, it's all like I've been reading. I read a book that was written in like 1890
No shit.
about not about social media, but it was about copywriting.
Okay.
So copywriting is just text that sells.
Yeah.
So it's like how do you caption, how do you headline, like
Okay.
like David Ogilvy, Claude Hopkins, stuff like that. So it's
Mm.
like it's the same thing as back then. Like
Mm.
posting a billboard back in the day or a
Mm-hmm.
magazine, like
Mm-hmm.
pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, or like subliminal messages, stuff like that. And that's where I feel like at the end of the day, it's like I went to a movie and it was part two of I can't think of the name. Little Rabbit and the Fox. Just came out. What the hell is the movie? Um, I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Like one of them Disney movies or
It's a
something?
Disney movie. It just came out, and
Oh, is it the one with the scuba, the fox?
it was a fox. He's a bad guy. Turns into a cop. Um, let's see how good Google is. I should probably AI this shit. Um, Disney movie with Fox and Bunny Rabbit as a cop. We're playing trivia on Google now. Aw, it didn't even do it. Stupid.
You don't got ChatGPT?
I do have ChatGPT.
Oh yeah, use that.
All right, all
Not
right.
that it's better, but
Hey, he's calling me out. I thought there was already AI already integrated.
there
All right.
actually is. I don't know.
Trivia for ChatGPT. So, Disney movie with Fox and Bunny that is a cop. What is it? Zootopia.
Oh, that makes sense, right?
Thank you, audience. Um, but okay, so Zootopia. Watching number two, we're in the theater, and literally, I'm like watching this movie, bro, and I'm like, what the fuck? It was like Coca-Cola subliminal message. The bear was there. She goes to the
Mm.
house, and then there's a mailbox, and it says like past due on a bill that's like hanging out the mailbox. Like there was all these like messages that people don't understand because programming we're being programmed here subconsciously where then like so as an example, anything you watch, movies, news, media, whatever, it's all just like they want your attention and it's all just influence. And it's like, how long can they keep your attention for? And the best person to catch your attention for the longest, gotcha. You're an hour in on the Liftoff Experience. No. Uh, but I'm just saying, right? To give context, it's like, it's interesting, and that's why I feel like we just have to like be conscious of what we're watching and why we're watching it, and be
Right.
more intentional by understanding that like when I watch a movie, I look at from, and this is I fuck myself for life. I don't know if you do this, but I watch a movie and I pick it apart.
I don't do that. I
You do,
barely watch movies.
I don't either. That's
Right.
why,
Mm.
because I look at it and I'm like, that car flip and car chase is totally fake.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
there's no way he would have shot him out of the car when it was flipping upside down. And the likelihood, that type of stuff is what I look at. And I'm
Mhm.
just like, I can't even. I'm like, this is stupid. Even with sports, I'm like, I mean, by all means, you love him? Fantastic. I'd rather just get money off him. I'd rather go on to freaking sport betting and just make some money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I did the Super Bowl because we knew who was going to win.
Mm.
It was like, I should have put more money down, but I didn't. My buddy did, and fuck him. No, I'm just joking. My buddy makes a lot of money off sport betting for
Yeah.
sure. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So for you going down this road, doing the music thing, now you're in Arizona. First off, how do you like it here?
Oh, I love it.
You do love it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot bigger, huh?
Oh yeah, 100%.
7.4 million compared to what?
I mean,
Were you
what,
shocked?
fourth big? Not well. You got to think with COVID when I first came, bro. It
'Cause
was
you're just
literally empty.
yeah.
It was
Okay.
empty. I'd walk into a restaurant, there'd be no one there. But you know what I'm saying?
So
I was
you
in
had an easy transition then,
uh,
kinda.
if you want to put it that way.
Welcome to Arizona. It's COVID, and we're gonna give you a nice transition from your small hometown to this big ass.
Right. It's an empty city, quite literally an empty city. You know?
Yeah, that is kind of fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, COVID changed everything for everyone. From people like wanting to get out of the big cities to like working from home and getting super
for
just
sure.
bougie. They're like, no, fuck that. I'm working from home. I'm not driving no more. And then
Mhm.
wasting gas and dealing with all that type of stuff. And then now they're trying to like raise gas prices. Like, you guys forget during COVID, you already fucked yourself. People work from home now.
Right.
Like fuck your gas prices. But yeah, it is what it is. And so when you think about like the production, getting into starting a band, like, do you have like a master plan? are you just kind of going with the flow? Like, do you care when, how, why?
I don't care when. Um, and I do kind of have a master plan, but obviously,
Ah,
subject to change based on reality. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I got some ideas.
I love that, man. I love that. That's super cool. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just about being happy.
For sure.
Whatever you do, just being happy and just enjoying life. And it's like, it's whatever. So,
Hmm.
brother, sister, siblings, you got.
I got one older sister.
Really? Did she come too?
No, hell no.
She's like, nah, she's back home.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's
Hmm.
what's up. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome. And then so with Maddie, so it seems like Maddie, check out his episode. He has a master plan. He's looking to like build. It seems like a bigger infrastructure, more
I don't know
people,
what
more
his master
clients.
plan is, because I know he only came out here what, like 6 months ago.
Yeah, he's brand new, fresh.
Yeah, so he's probably just he knows, just like we all know, it takes a while. So
Yeah,
he's probably still in his head. He's probably still figuring things out, even though
yeah,
it's going well.
yeah, for sure. I know he's enjoying life. He has a few clients. Things are moving.
Hmm.
He was at the last GTR event. I invited him to this one. He's like, I'll check my schedule. Do I have a cricket button? Maybe I have one of these.
For
Hey,
real.
this is me. I'm like, I don't know where this guy went. I
No.
don't know where he's at. So, because you said he's in Texas or wherever, and so I'm grateful that he connected us together
For
because
sure.
there's more we could do. We're working on a relationship here. Okay, it's very fresh, so we're figuring out how this works now.
Yeah.
Because we want to do the interview content, and we started that, and that was cool. And then going out and just interviewing the general public, it's not. I feel like it's not the same as you're like walk up to a car, it's a Bentley, a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, and you're like, tell me how you got rich, a little bit
Right.
different than like, talking to a FedEx dude, some
Yeah.
random dancer chick,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like some snowbirds that don't want to be on camera, and then we're getting kicked out of the mall. This is on actually a vlog that we put on the Liftoff Agent channel as well for YouTube long form. But yeah, I like the cars and real estate stuff. We'll have to see how it all kind of evolves. So we'll have to do something on the 16th.
For sure.
We'll talk more about it, but we'll have to do something on the 16th and kind of figure out the vibe with that.
For sure.
So I don't know. We'll see. So then, so you're picking up clients?
In what way? Music or
Yeah,
video
picking up
or?
music clients. Yeah,
Uh,
video, music. Do you have a preference? Do you like the filming side of things and editing, or do you like more the production and like doing the music?
I like the music better, but the production is definitely more money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay. On the music side,
No, no, no. I like the
on the
video
video
side. The
side.
video is just more
Yeah.
because people have, I don't know. I don't want to like sound like I'm talking shit, but like a rapper just typically doesn't have a whole lot to
Yeah.
invest.
Yeah.
And
For
it's just
sure.
normal for them to like post or not post, like release like once a year, twice a year. So it's
Not as
like even
consistent.
even if it was a lot, it's only,
Yeah.
yeah, gotta
Well,
have
you
a few
never
more people.
you never know. You could always like do the film editing thing, and then that could turn into a business on its own.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the wherever the money's at is where I'm
Yeah.
at.
And
So
then you could transition over, and then you could just do your, set up your band, and then that could be bringing in revenue. And
right, yeah, I guess to go a little bit into the master plan, like once I get a decent amount, pretty much if I do the video thing,
mm,
like the video production, like one, I'm earning money, two, I'm learning.
yeah,
So then that with that money and the lessons, I'll do that for myself, and
mm,
then from there I can start doing content in the studio and
yeah.
making music, and then that can attract the artists to work with me on that.
And you could be a full scale. You could do like video production to do
Yeah.
music videos, behind the scenes, short, long, whatever.
Hmm.
Then you can produce the music. I
Yeah.
mean, you can have your own straight up like studio.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be
And then the
dope.
plan there is like if I have enough leverage with the personal brand, when someone wants to work with me, I can negotiate not only like a good rate, but also a percentage. And then
Mm,
when if someone does well, or if enough people do well, then you have a catalog, and then that catalog is worth, a reoccurring revenue pretty
I
much.
love
And that
that.
can also just be you can then just sell it. Like if
Yeah.
like a producer on, like, I think who recently sold their masters? I don't think Drake did. Someone like if an artist, like a really big artist, sells their masters,
Yeah.
they might sell it for like, hundreds of millions if they're like really big. If you got a percentage of that, then,
You're chilling.
just as a producer and engineer,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
I saw School of Hard Knocks. He interviewed Rick Ross, and he was just like, you know, Rick don't get all the little exact numbers or anything like that, but he said something like, because I think he has the percentage in what chicken company was it? He said it on the short,
Dave's
but
Hot, the one with Drake and them.
was it Dave's Hot or another one? But long story short, he owns like basically a chicken franchise,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like I don't even know 20 plus. I don't even know how many I have in. You know, he's like you'd be a billionaire. He's like hell yeah, I want to be a billionaire. And so it's like that's where I feel like, and we can talk about this in this segment here, is that there's short and long term value. And I think some people in the short term think of the like I gotta pay the rent, I got bills, I got this, I got that. So short term, the value is like the now factor, and
Mm-hmm.
then the long term value is like you said, like you just need 1-2% of say 100 million, you're chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that makes a lot of sense why you could potentially, depending on you're gambling, depending on the artist and who they are. And
Right.
there's a lot of factors, right? Drugs, bitches, and hoes now. But you know what I'm saying? So like they can get off their path and potentially go down a different path. And then you're like, well, that 5% went nowhere. And I just gave him a discount on some
Oh yeah.
on some shit. You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that's where I feel like real estate's long term.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing it for the short term, right? Like this house here, it's like, you build equity, but you're not doing anything with the equity unless you're pulling out a HELOC or, like you saw the house hacking upstairs, build out like a Zen den for additional cash flow or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an interesting thing because I think a lot of people out there, when it comes to, here's our financial literacy segment, they just don't think about it. They just think
Yeah.
like, the short term, getting a buzz or going out that night or that weekend or
Right.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? So are you someone that, do you invest? Like, do you like to invest into, I don't know, crypto or the market or kind of
Um,
diversify a little bit?
I want to. I just don't really have enough cash flow yet. Like I
Yeah.
kind of got to figure that out, and
Yeah.
then
It's a
it
process.
becomes money management once you have the money.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm dabbling, dollar cost average, just throw stuff,
Right.
at the wall and see what sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Not an expert. This is not financial advice at all. But one thing I like is dividend. Anything that's
Mm-hmm.
like dividend paying, I like it because in that way, like yesterday, I got a dividend for like $121
Mm-hmm.
free just because I had a stock.
Right.
Pretty freaking cool. So I
Yeah.
don't know, but yeah, that's where it's kind of like, I like that you have that master plan and you kind of like gave us a little bit on that because like a man with a plan can't be stopped. Even a
Right.
woman, like you just have that plan and then you could foresee it and it could just, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
who knows what can happen with that. I love it. So this is an experience and I'm gonna flip the script. You ready for it?
Probably not.
You're not ready for it?
No, let's hear it.
All right, all right. So I'm your host. Hey, how's it going? I'm gonna flip the script on you,
Mm-hmm.
and so welcome, Chris. We have a new host, Liftoff
Thanks.
Experience.
Thanks for having
Anything,
me.
anything you want to ask me? Anything specific you want to talk about, or anything you want to talk to the audience about?
Let me think.
Yeah, I just like to freshen it up, do something a little bit different, because like this is a conversation, y'all. Nothing is scripted. I didn't line out questions or nothing. We're getting to know each other. We haven't even really had like an intimate conversation for 2 hours, to be
Yeah. No,
honest. So,
exactly.
so this is like we're doing it and recording it. Like we're being real here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna ask you just how you got into business, but we kind of talked about it. But
Yeah,
we just want to kind of go more into that, I guess. Why? Why did you want to work for yourself in the first place?
I love that, dude. I love that. Where was I first? I think the first job was I was 13 and I was working at an apartment complex. Wanted to get a job, and I'm like, went in. They thought I was adorable. I'm fucking 13, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, you could throw the trash away and clean toilets. That's what I did. Threw trash away, clean toilets, and then like the maintenance guys would take me into places and be like, "This is how you patch a hole and this and that." So it's pretty cool. I was like just working in the complex I was living at, and I've always been super motivated since day one, like just super, just like driven. And I guess it was just a God given thing because I came from, I mean, my dad, he's kind of motivated. He's just garage mechanic, worked out of his garage, worked on cars. God bless. He's just did whatever he needed to do to just pay the bills. And then my mom, she's very motivated, positive, works at a cable company in California. It's called Cox here.
Mhm.
Interesting name in Arizona, but there it's called Comcast in
Oh, I didn't
California.
know Cox and Comcast was the same thing.
I think they're separate. I think
Oh,
they're
okay.
separate, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, same thing like a cable company.
Oh, right,
But I don't know why it's Cox here and Comcast there. I
right.
don't know. So she still works to this day underneath, like, she goes underneath and climbs telephone poles and goes underneath
Oh, shit.
houses and shit. And she's like
Hell yeah.
pulling line and she's fucking nuts, dude.
That's
Taking
fire.
ladders off of fucking, she's like in her 60s and she's just,
Damn.
shout out moms.
Yeah, no, that's fire.
Love you. Um, so I got some of the motivation from her too, definitely like like that positive side. But I feel like starting from that complex, and I'm gonna go a little bit before that complex
Yeah, I
and
was wondering, like, what made you want to walk in and get a job at 13, anyways?
well, I seen at a young age my you know what? Let's go a little bit further. My grandfather, he was a butcher at Safeway. Lost one of his eyes. God bless him. Was just having a conversation with my wife and daughter about this. And he did garage sales. So he did garage sales. He collected playing cards, baseball, football cards. I used to sit on his lap. He had a TV here and TV there, and I would watch him. You watch two different type games at the same time, like a baseball game here, a different baseball game there. And so he was always a hustler, and he always had a wad of cash. And I was like, oh shit. And he's like, oh, one day, like these cards would be yours and this and that. I never got those cards. My cousin did. Want want. That's a sore subject. And so I think seeing him, and then after seeing him, and then my mom really didn't get going until she was like closer to late 20s, early 30s, because she was out all night and partying, doing her things. And so, but she was always motivated. And then my aunt, she was always a go getter too. Shout out Aunt Carla. She worked at like AT&T for like 30 plus years. So I had some pretty good influences around me. And then I also had my stepfather who used to do the fix and flip thing. I think he had a little influence with that, but he had no money. We were living in these fix and flips and like no hot water, shitholes, free rent. And his job was to renovate these places. He didn't do that good of a job. So I think from back then, seeing kind of these flea market to like 9 to 5 to like different type, fix and flip hustle, it kind of maybe just gave me a different perspective. And then I remember when I got that apartment complex job, I got a paper and I wrote it all down as far as like, all right, how much do we make per hour? How many hours? Excuse me. And then like, what can I buy?
Mm.
I should have saved. I would have been way different now.
Yeah.
I would have had a bigger house and who knows what. But I was like, what can I buy? So then I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy all this shit. And then after that, I wanted a job really bad at the pizza place, Mountain Mike's Pizza. I was talking about earlier with Jake. So I got that job. And then after that, made more money. And then I bought a 72. Oh, actually, my aunt gave me a SL2 Saturn, a 4-door silver Saturn. They don't make them anymore. They're gone now. But it was a GM product and General Motors. And so I had that, and then my mom for graduation got me a 72 Chevelle Malibu, and I just dumped all this money into building this 72 Chevelle. That's why I have the Chevy
Mm.
symbol with a bow tie, and then I have
Right.
a BB. Side note, shot in the face, point blank. My best friend with a CO2 barrel BB gun, inch from my eye, could have been paralyzed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That was a fun story, but that's for another time. And so I think just seeing that and then like seeing the opportunities. And then I think what really was the nail in the coffin is like when you start working for people. And I was always a curious George. Like, dude, we're here to live and explore and to figure shit out. And when we're kids, we ask questions. When do you stop asking questions? People do that shit. They just stop asking questions. They're just like, it just is. I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
I'm just gonna work and pay my bills and okay, cool. That wasn't me. And then everyone's just like, kids, stop asking questions, keep your fucking head down, get your job done, and that's it. So then I worked at like uh, Costco, Safeway, uh, overnight packer in the freezer aisle, freezing my ass off. Champ Sports selling shoes and J's, and really cool stories there too. And all these odd jobs like a Monument Car Parts store, basically like a Craig-In or whatever, O'Reilly's, and just all these things. But every single one had the same thing: like, don't ask questions, keep your head down, just do your job. And I was just like, man, this doesn't make no sense. If I can't move up, and if I can't like be something in this company, and they don't see me as an asset, I'm like, fuck, maybe I do my own company.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where I think the DNA of like wanting to do something for myself, start my own company, not have to deal with the man telling me what I can and cannot do, having more control over my life was the catalyst. And then of course the influences from my parents, my aunt, my mom, my grandfather, and even my stepfather and my father too. It was all part of it. And then I don't know, it took a little while to say like, oh yeah, 14 million a month, 166 million a year, like a $500 million exit. Like that's as I progressed, like that's the goal for Liftoff is a big exit and whatever. But before that, it was just like wanting to work for myself, and then after wanting to work for myself, I always knew like I'd be making a lot of money, and then I wanted to like help more people and give back and like stand up for the people that felt the same way that I felt about not being an asset and just being your keep your head down, just do your job type status. And I was like, okay. And so that's where I started with personal assistance, doing chores, dog walking, errands, whatever, nightclub security to still pay the bills, and then I was even getting into like party buses and renting them out and bottle service and like it's like imagine me like you see me now, but like in my 20s doing all that stuff,
Right.
just hustling in the nightclub world and all that shit. And so it was cool. I used to go by Storm and Norma Entertainment.
That's fire. I might have to bring that back.
Storm and Norman Entertainment
Storm and
69.
Norm. That's fire. I like
Because
that.
people used to call me Storm and Norman. And
Hmm.
so, and then I evolved from Storm and Norman to NLK3, Norman Lloyd Kinsey the third. That's just my name abbreviated.
That's
And
fire.
then the Mr. Liftoff came up because of Liftoff Agent, Liftoff Experience, stuff like that in the Philippines. I came up with that name because I have the Filipino flag in the back of my calf.
Oh, nice.
And then they said I can have another tattoo. So I said, let's put Mr. Liftoff underneath this. I already had this rocket ship with that little alien in it.
Hmm.
And yeah, so after parties, promotions, all that type of stuff, security work, personal assistance, and then it evolved into support RE and meeting my business partner Smith, and then now being Liftoff agent. It was a natural progression. But now it's like being able to like just chill. People be pushing too hard and trying too hard, thinking too hard, and putting all these like boundaries and like not even boundaries, putting all these like this has to happen so that can happen, or I have to have this list and all this stuff has to be checked off, and people are just getting sick and tired and this and that, and I'm just like, if I could just chill more because I built a foundation and I have like things to come now,
Hmm.
and I just have faith in the Lord and I just pray on it and I'm just like a good person and I just do things that are in alignment with like cars and having funs and events and doing this, and now I'm talking on this show about all this shit, like it'll just happen,
Hmm.
organically. So I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, for sure.
Long story short, you know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
and now I think the idea of having fuck you money is a cool concept
Hmm.
because
How were you in school, if you don't mind me interrupting?
uh I was third grade, made fun of, held back, tubes in my ears, fat chubby kid.
Hmm.
Um, was being made fun of because I couldn't read, tubes in my ears because I couldn't hear, and they didn't find that shit out until like third grade, and they got held back in every subject matter because it is what it is. And then I was in the resource class with people in wheelchairs and felt hella less than, and I would go into those classes and I would wait to go in those classes when everyone else went in their class. I would go
Hmm.
in because it'd be like, little Susie in a wheelchair went in there. I'm like, yeah, it's my class too. Like, don't look at me,
Right.
So I felt hella fucking less than. And then I got into high school and then got into like out of resource to some just normal classes, feeling normal. But that was a blessing because it gave me more support. And then when I got into like junior high, so like held back in third grade, got into junior high. And when I was in like sixth, seventh, and eighth grade, is when I really started to like get more eccentric. I had like remember Coolio at the Coolio hair,
Yeah.
fucking diamond fucking braided hair, and then cousins put slinkies in it and shit, and then I'm wearing all white fucking Jordan tracksuit and shit to school. Like, who the fuck is this guy? And I was always just a kid that just hung out with everyone.
Mm.
I wasn't a jock. I wasn't a nerd. I was just like I would just bounce around being cool with everyone. And then I got into the regular classes and then I felt like a little bit normal. But like I said, like, it was a blessing getting into special education because you had a tutor, you had one-on-one help, and it was
Right.
actually a superpower for me to be where I'm at now. And so yeah, so I was, teased to like just cool with everyone. And but then after high school, around that time is when I had some issues happen with friends and got taken advantage of, and people took money from me. I got shot in the face with a BB gun, and like I went from like I had to start to have a cool like crew to like gone everyone, which was a blessing because starting a business like you don't always ride with your day ones.
Right.
Things shift, man. And mindset and this and that and like I even lost one of the guys that I used to roll with. I think he was the guy that stole the money from me. He ended up getting shot in San Francisco a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
We lost him. One of the other guys, he's doing his thing. He's still around. My other best friend over some stupid money shit. Like we're not friends anymore. So that's kind of how I was as a kid. I'm kind of always like that, like a kind of like a recluse. Like I'm kind of like stay away from everyone, even though I'm like really eccentric and like online I'm like loud and all this type of stuff. I'm also kind of like a little bit of a hermit.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like playing with my Legos. I have Legos set up there, playing with my Legos and my cars and just like chilling by myself. And
Mm-hmm.
my cat was my best friend at my dad's house during like around that time when I got held back and shit. So
Mm-hmm.
not to jump all over the place, but to answer your question.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, it
Okay,
makes sense.
cool. So yeah, so that's kind of me. What about you when you were growing up as a kid? Like you like had like a crew or just cool with everyone or
I'd say like high school was cool with everyone because of the music. The music like did well
yeah,
in high school. Like I said, the
you're the popular kid?
I wasn't the popular kid, but like the people who made music. It was a small school, so like there was cliques, but they like came together. Like
Okay.
someone who was in band was also on the football team.
Okay.
There just wasn't enough people to split it up like that.
Yeah.
So like someone who was like really smart and on the math team would also be like on the football team or like a star athlete. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So it wasn't like super clicky to where you had to separate.
yeah.
So I was cool with the band kids because I was in band, obviously, a
Yeah.
lot of music, and then my homies were also like the jocks and stuff. So it was like, yeah, I was just very like integrated in that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So cool with everybody in high school. I kind of got teased a lot in middle school too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like attracts like, you know what I'm saying? And even though like you and I didn't technically meet each other like on social, like at a car show, like in the street somewhere, whatever, it was Maddie. But it's crazy how Maddie just kind of maybe just knew. He's like, all right, these two people are gonna connect, so let's
Right.
like connect
And
these
the reason
two.
we connected is because the type of content I make, you wanted to do something similar.
Yeah, oh
So we literally
yeah.
had the same idea, and it drove us together. You know.
Oh, that's so true. I remember talking to Maddie. It was probably like December 2025, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, I want to do this School of Hard Knocks. I want to go out to the public and just interview people and ask them just like, do you own a house or do you rent?" And then Maddie was just like, "I do long form.
Yeah.
I do vlog types of content. But I got someone for you." And
Yeah.
so that's where you came up. And it's crazy too. Like you just have these ideas and like I feel like I was talking to one of my team members, and this is Mara. Shout out Mara. She's awesome. Very much quiet, very quiet to herself, not very loud, outspoken. And I do a one to one with all of our team members for 30 minutes. And we had a conversation, and she was just like, "Oh, yeah, I was a loud, outspoken one. Yeah, I was like the person who was the life of the party." I'm like,
Mm.
"What? Like, no way." Like, because she joined and she was quiet and all that type of stuff and whatever. And I asked her, I said, at what point did that like change for you? And she's like, well, I got a little bit older, and then I guess I got a little bit more stuck in my ways, and then, you know, life happens and this and that. I'm just like, it don't matter how old you are, life's a blessing.
For sure.
People stop asking questions. They stop thinking things are possible. They just totally are just like whatever. When I was watching like Hogan, man, the guy was 61 and he's still hustling. He's still out there living life. Into his last fucking breath, he was literally like 3 months before he died, he just finished a Netflix documentary of his whole entire life. Not to mention he has like 3 restaurants opening up, and then like all this other stuff that he has going on. And it's like that's gonna be me.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And so I think, hey y'all, keep dreaming, keep going out, keep having fun, keep doing your thing. And I think that's just such a beautiful thing, man. And with you doing music, like that's a huge outlet for creativity.
For sure.
Like what do you like to do outside of like, of course, production and producing music and filming and editing? Like, what's your hobbies? What do you like to do? Obviously, music. That's one thing for you.
Hmm.
But what else do you like to do just to keep it fun and fresh?
I used to go out a lot. I don't as much anymore, but
Like like bars and shit and
yeah,
drinking.
I
Okay,
still
okay,
like it, but there's too much work to do these days. But
yeah,
that and then I like video games. I don't
dude,
play them much, but I like video games.
I do too.
Yeah.
What was the game for you?
I was really into Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, that was my
I used to
shit.
play zombies, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking
I
zombie.
literally like a couple weeks ago, I loaded up Black Ops 1 Zombies
Did you?
and I beat my high score and I turned off the TV but not the Xbox. So the Xbox right now is still on.
No
I'm on my
shit.
Zombies high score just sitting there
That's so
waiting to boot it
sick.
back up. But
I
yeah.
used to play the same Call of Duty zombies all the time. Boys would come over. I'm just gonna be honest. I was a bothead. So come over, roll a joint,
Yeah.
play zombies, chill. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Maybe drink a little bit, whatever. And then my other game was, of course, GTA 5.
That was a banger.
GTA was my thing.
Oh, GTA is also like GTA is part of kind of my plan,
Okay.
kind of part of the master plan. So the idea was I've been watching like Twitch and stuff, like streamers since like 2013, since
Okay.
Black Ops 2 came out,
Yeah.
because I wanted to like get better and I like found some streamers. So I've been like understanding like the Twitch community for a while.
Mm.
So my idea was to start doing content and then clip, clip it like how the streamers do, even though I'm not streaming. And then once I learn that,
Ah.
then once I get my own computer, start streaming, then I'll already know how to clip it in like, clip farm, I guess. And
Dope.
then, what was I gonna say?
I love that.
Yeah.
GTA 5 master plan,
Oh
streaming,
yeah.
clipping.
So the idea was to have all that by the time GTA comes out.
Because the new one, is it six or which one's coming out?
Six,
Is
yeah,
it
six
six?
coming. I think it was supposed to be this year, but it got pushed back. So maybe it's either this November or like next March or something like
It's
that.
hilarious because you'll see people in the comments. They're like, I can't believe this came out before
Oh
GTA
yeah, it's
6.
like yeah,
It's like that's like a common
for
fucking
sure.
yeah,
It is a good comparison though. I think GTA 5 came out in like 2013,
yeah.
so that's like 13 years ago.
Well, when it's like everything's online, you could just download the next, the next update or whatever else. I can see
Right,
why it hasn't been as big of a deal.
for sure.
But I mean, could you imagine the developers, bro? Talk about the rabbit holes you can go down.
Couldn't imagine.
Like there's like it's real life in a video game.
Yeah,
I mean, you think about like Meta and Mark Zuckerberg wanting to come up with the whole metaverse and all that type of stuff. Like I heard they fucking lost billions of dollars. They're not even going that direction anymore.
yeah.
That's GTA 6, bro.
And the crazy thing is, you got a daughter, so Roblox has already done it. Do you know Roblox has a GDP, gross domestic product, pretty much how much money is being like transacted on there?
Mm,
I want to say it's like 500 million.
no
I
shit.
swear. Every year, $500 million worth of transactions happens on Roblox. Isn't that crazy?
See, and that's where I feel like you can't just go into the game because you have a lot of money thinking that you're gonna swing around your big dick.
Yeah.
I'm just being real, dude. Like it's like you're better off buying into. I'm not here to give Mark Zuckerberg any advice. I'm sure he's not watching this, but you're better off like buying into Roblox,
Hmm.
or Minecraft or getting into GTA because those games are already there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a no-brainer. And if anything too, it's just like to be in a simulation, I think more and more people are waking up and saying, "We already are.
Yeah.
This is a fucking simulation, dude.
Right.
We don't know what we don't know. All we know is that it's getting more and more fucking interesting with AI. Like it's crazy, like this whole manifestation thing and how you can just all suddenly things can like come up. It's so interesting. It's just so interesting. The fact of like the way that our mind works and how we can manipulate things. So like, I don't know, like I wanted this watch or I need to get this mixer or I have this TV now because I was switching out signs and I was tired of it because I have both signs in there, the neon version. That's why I have all these connectors in the wall and shit.
Hmm.
But what I'm saying is that like you can will anything into existence just like that. And then not to go too deep, but a little deeper, it's like then we have to work through these roadblocks in our mind because you know what? We just don't know how to get the keys to unlock the doors to achieve the things that we wish to achieve. That's
Right.
it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just waiting to unlock your doors and be like, here's your drummer, here's your guitarist,
Right.
here's your lead singer. Like those doors just haven't unlocked yet
Hmm.
because the door that's open right now is the one that you're sitting in. You're filming yourself. We're filming you too. We're doing this experience. We're exploring other opportunities, ideas. But I don't know. Maybe in the 16th, your whole band comes together. There'll be
Right.
60 plus people here. I don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy like that. So I don't know. How do you feel about the simulation that we're in now?
Like just the like us being in a simulation in general,
Yeah,
or
just the concept of us being in a simulation in general. Like, I don't
I'm
know.
pretty like agnostic about things.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
if we are, we are. If we're not, we're not.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I mean,
like it doesn't change much. Like I don't think if for some reason we confirmed that we were in one or not in one, that anything would change for me.
right?
Still kind of want the same things, you know.
Yeah. Well,
It's still gonna end at some point. I'd have to assume. So yeah,
right?
yeah.
Exactly. 100%. It was funny. Dude, I've been having some, I don't know about you, but I've had like a lot of dreams lately,
Mm-hmm.
just vivid shit. And I was having this dream last night. I was just like dreaming that like this is a simulation. And I was like, honey, I was like just a player in a simulation and someone was controlling me.
Mm,
I was like, what the fuck? It was like, how like they say like your higher self? Like in the dream, my higher self was controlling me.
mm.
And I was like, what the fuck? This is interesting. I was like,
Ever had a lucid dream?
is that like when you're out of body or what?
That's where you can control everything in the dream. Like you,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I had a couple of those.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was it dope?
And it was weird. It was like it was too real. As in, like one of them, I was like in some bleachers at like a high school sports game,
Okay.
and all I did was like touch people to make sure they were real. And then I woke up. So I was like,
Are you fucking real?
yeah, pretty much. It was like actually like if that really happened, you would probably like freak out for a good 10
Interesting.
15 minutes, and that's what the dream was.
Wow. Yeah, I've had some ones that are pretty freaking vivid, and the ones that kind of suck is like when like you don't have the control
Mm,
and there's like something coming up or something happening
mm,
and you're like, "No, fuck
right.
that." And you're like forced to like stay there or do the thing
Mm.
or whatever it is. And
You
you're
ever
like,
had
"God,
sleep paralysis?
no, what's that?"
Oh, that's the worst. So pretty much it's like your mind can wake up, but your body doesn't. And so you
Ah.
can't move, but your eyes are open. And since you're still in like a half sleep state, you hallucinate. Yeah,
Wow.
it's rough.
So I've had something similar. So when I do the 36-hour fast, when I'm 25 hours in and I go to sleep, I was like yesterday evening, whatever it was, because Wednesday is when we do it. So Wednesday night, I'm like, so we rotate. I put Jordan to bed, I put her to bed. So we go back and forth. So I'm like laying in the fucking bed, dude. I'm sitting there and I'm just like awake but asleep, kind of like what you're saying, kind of
Yeah.
the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you fast, you're super light. You're not
Mm-hmm.
as like heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sitting there like, okay, huh. So my wife gets in the bed and she like wants to cuddle or whatever. So she like touches me and like I freak out, like wake the fuck up. Like and then she was like, "You're a dick." I'm like, "Sorry." Like I was asleep, but I thought I was awake. And then my ring didn't catch that I was sleeping, even though I felt like I was sleeping, but I was awake. Weird shit, dude. So kind of like what you're saying,
Right.
but but man, that's interesting.
Yeah. Sleep paralysis is crazy.
And that's the thing, huh? Is that like a diagnosis or some shit?
Yeah. It's like a real, like, I don't know if it's like, I mean, maybe you could have it chronically or something. And if you could, I probably have.
Comment below. I want to hear it. Does
Yeah.
this
But,
happen to you more often?
usually if I'm like stressed out, it will,
Okay.
which it's been a while. So,
Yeah.
I did have it a little bit a few nights ago, but I've had it so many times, like I know it happens.
Okay.
So I can
Okay.
kind of like do what I got to do to get out of it, I guess.
Yeah. So it's like being in a dream, and like you can't control the dream, but it's not a dream because you're fucking kind of awake.
Yeah. So like imagine, so like for example, if I was asleep right now and I was in sleep paralysis, what would pretty much happen is my eyes would open and I could see. So the dream would take place in what I can see.
Uh,
So like one of the main ones I was like sleeping in my bed. I was on my side. I had like there was like a pillow there and like a white sheet, and so I couldn't move, but I was like looking. Like I remember my bedroom window was like right there, and the pillow and the sheet turned into a girl, like a woman. She was
whoa.
like sitting by me. She was in like a white tank top and some yoga pants, and like she reaches for me, and I can't move away. You know what I'm saying? But I was hallucinating out of what was already there. And then in that same
Whoa.
dream, when I would blink, so I could like move my eyelids a little bit, and you can also
Yeah.
like breathe if you need to. When I would blink, my eyelids were a face, like looking at me, and I was fucking
Ooh.
that freaked me out. But yeah, it's like shit like that.
Wow.
Like you hallucinate with like what's actually there.
That is so fucking interesting. Yeah, I haven't had too much of that. One thing that's been coming up for me, and I guess when you get into your like late 30s to your 40s, if you have like sugar too late, your body has a hard time trying to like break that shit down. And I would wake up, it's supposed to be called heart palpitations.
Mm.
So I would wake up almost like when you're in a bad dream and you wake up, you're like, and then your heart's just going. It would be like that, but I would have like no anxiety, no bad dream, and I would just be waking up like because I gotta pee,
Mm.
and my heart's like fucking going like a million miles per minute. I'm like,
Really?
why is my heart going so fucking fast for? I'm not no dream, no nothing. And then I'd just be like, like try to breathe, just like, calm myself down. And so I noticed it with sugar.
Mm.
So I stopped the sugar, and a good thing to do to help regulate the body, apple cider vinegar shot before bed. So
Mm.
if you do
Nice.
eat
Okay.
too late, you just take a little shot,
Mm-hmm.
and so like maybe a quarter of that vinegar, rest water, and you just drink it down.
Yeah.
That's supposed to help too. And then my fucking ring was just like, irregular heartbeat can cause issues over time. I'm like, oh shit, okay, like
Right.
I don't want that, like definitely not. But I need the heart to be good.
For sure.
Um, so yeah, so I've had a couple of those type of things, but it's interesting because nowadays too, people are starting to get into like breath work.
Mm-hmm.
People even get into like not the lucid dream, but the out of body experience. It's like almost like you go into like a meditative state where you can actually you can come out of your body from a spiritual like sense, I guess, and like something like your soul or some shit. And I don't know. Apparently, you could like fucking. It's almost like there's a study on this too. You can look into it. The government did this study where you can astral project, which is what it's called, and you astral project, and then you can literally control your state of where you go out of your body, and literally like be like, what is my girlfriend doing? And then boom, you like go to her fucking house and you can like see what she's doing. Or
For
like
real.
interesting, like the government used it. Apparently, there's a whole you could look into astral projection and there's apparently they've done it from a perspective of like what is the enemy doing? Like
Mm.
spying on them
Espionage.
I can't even say the fucking word. Astrologically
Right.
going in and spying and shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucking interesting shit. I was just like, what the
Wow.
hell? There's a lot of and that's what I kind of like to explore a little bit like with this experience in this show, not ours specifically, but just in general, because I feel like there's so many things to explore and so many things that are just different and interesting outside of just like sports and how's the weather and fucking, oh, it's traffic today and complaining about fucking nothing. It's like, well, why don't we go a little bit deeper into like all these other things that we can maybe just, I don't know, wrap our brain around or try or experience because we're fucking alive for what we know, I guess, right? We're
Yeah.
alive. I got a heartbeat.
Yeah. As far as we
Pinch
know,
pinch me. I don't know.
based on the definition.
Based off the
Still be
definition,
made.
dude, it's crazy. You want to rattle your brain? Rattle your brain real quick on this fucking topic.
Mm.
Everything that we know, we only know from the perspective of what was taught to us,
Mm-hmm.
which was taught to our parents and our grandparents, so language, like facts, figures, everything. It's just such an interesting concept when you
Mm-hmm.
really break that shit down. Like, what the fuck do they know?
Right.
What do they know to tell me this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so interesting. Like, okay, you pay taxes, you got to work. This is how the financial stuff works. Like, we're told all this shit, and we're just supposed to like fit in this box of what we were told, and then we're supposed to like navigate it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just navigate this fucking box and move these fucking parts around, to fit my master plan or whatever the fuck. It just, I don't know.
No, I feel that. I'd low key think like the getting teased in like early in your life kind of gives you that perspective because it's like for me it was
Ah,
like I like any kid is trying to fit in, but then when you fail, you just kind of quit trying to fit in. That's pretty much the
ooh,
life we're on, you know?
that I've never put it in that perspective before.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
fucking
way I think about it.
fire.
Yeah.
So that's a big catalyst then, being made fun of and being teased and not fitting in, and then the emotional response, like going home crying and whatever else. I remember being in fucking it was like second grade or some shit. So I remember a couple things. I remember riding my little bike, and I was living with my grandparents at the time, and I was wearing like an all red ninja outfit, and I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm.
tie these two experiences in. And these kids were assholes. Like stick the stick in the fucking spoke, and I went over the
Right. Yeah.
handlebars, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go back, and I'm crying and blah blah, and I'm done with this. And then I remember I think I either went back to school that same day in the same ninja outfit. And anyone here like has a dream, like you're like going public and you're like completely naked in your dream. You're like, oh my,
Oh, I have had that one too.
right? You're like, what the fuck? I'm completely naked, you know? So I remember I had no underwears on and I was in that ninja outfit and they fucking pants my ass
Oh no.
in fucking PE, dude.
Damn.
Hella just embarrassed. So interesting. So it's almost like if everything is a preset um, program,
Hmm.
right? And then there's a glitch. These kids are making fun of you or whatever else, and then you have an emotional response. Then maybe it wakes you up a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's like the kind of the box you fit in kind of analogy. It's like if
Oh,
you can't fit in the box, you just stay out of the box, you know?
I
Like you're trying to
love
think
that.
like cuz you think like someone who's trying to fit in, if they succeed, then they get it's like rewarding. It's like, then they stay in that box and that's how you kind of end up with like a
Mm,
mediocre life. That's why like people like peak in high school cuz it's like they
yeah.
learn how to fit in the box and now they're in that box
Well,
and
and
they can't
then
get out.
and then you heard about the studies and shit on that. Like you have your friends, and then you graduate, and then you go to college, and then you might see keep up with them, or they might go to college with you, and then some, you know, fade away, and then you meet new friends,
Mhm.
and then there's like that pattern of like, okay, now you meet the love of your life, right? And then you're gonna graduate, and then you get your degree, and then you stay in that pattern of the familiarity,
Mhm.
and so it's an interesting concept to think about how yeah, because that's always been me. I've always been outside the box, always
Yeah.
just been like different in a sense as far as every single thing I've ever thought about was always like just different. Like
Yeah.
how do we do things differently? And it's been honestly, I wouldn't take anything back.
Oh,
Is
for sure.
all that shit, I like to say it like everything that you went through, everything that I went through, everything that you went through watching this show had to happen exactly the way it did, or we wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah. Because
It'd be
that
a
pain, like, being an entrepreneur, that's painful in itself. So it's like
yeah.
kind of built up that skin of people looking at you crazy, for what you do.
Yeah.
That's just
That's
kind
why
of
my
weird,
wife said, "Do you really need to have double chains on? Does that make any sense?
Right.
Like, isn't one enough?"
I feel that.
I was like, "Well, they're different lengths."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Hell
like,
yeah.
honestly, I have boys that have, they have. This is moissanite, just fucking cliff note. Moissanite is supposed to be harder, shinier, brighter than a diamond,
Hmm.
and honestly, moissanite's from outer space. This is probably lab created, but a diamond is charcoal. Okay, under a lot of pressure, it turns into a diamond. So
Hmm.
if you want to spend 10 times the amount that I spent on this, go do that. But you ain't gonna tell a difference unless I tell you. And so, long story short, all my boys, they're just stupid money, crushing it. Shout out to all y'all. I'm not gonna drop any names right now, but they have all real diamonds and shit, and they have two. So they kind of influenced me a little bit. I was like, I want
Okay.
fucking two.
Hell yeah.
I want to paint my toes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I want short shorts. And my fucking sister comes over like last weekend. She's all, oh, look at those short shorts. I'm like, yeah,
Right.
and like,
Yeah. No, that's how it is these days.
it's like,
She heard worse in school. It's
oh,
like,
dude, way fucking worse,
yeah,
bro.
it's like,
Way worse. But the
yeah.
cool thing is like, as an example, with Liftoff Agent now being outside the box, and then you look at like I'll give you an example. You look at the world around us and you think about it from the perspective of, okay, the model that we've been subject to, shit's shifting. COVID fucked that up for
Hmm.
everyone. And the traditional corporate structure was set up for hierarchy, right? You have your CEO, CFO, all the way down. Okay. And then the problem that I've seen is that the CEO, CFO, the people that are at the top, they don't really have any conversations, nor do they do anything with the people at the bottom. People at the bottom, those are the people that are pushing the paper, talking to the customers, understand very specifically what's going on. So when I was building my company, I was like, well, how can I do something different to bridge the gap? Hmm. Money motivation, one-on-one 30-minute check-ins, just going through this standard operating procedure to be able to add value. And every single time I meet my new team and staff member, like if it's a newbie who's coming onto the staff and coming onto the team, they're like super nervous. This is weird. Not supposed to meet the CEO. And
Hmm.
they put me into a box. They put me into a category
Right.
because they're programmed that way,
For sure.
right? And so I'm like, I look at the writing. I'm like, dude, you want to build. There's a book called Good to Great. If you want to build a great
Yeah.
organization, you just need to do things differently than it's outside of the box of what's been there. Because if you know your team's goals and you know your client's goals and those are in alignment, the company's going to get its goals regardless.
For sure.
And I told the team too, I said, when we sell this company and when it sells for 500 million, you don't think I'm going to fucking bless all y'all? I'm not going to be that guy
Right.
who's going to be like, nope, all for me, bigger yacht. Fuck yourself, bigger yacht. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's one thing. And then the second thing that I've noticed too is when you think about corporate and you think about like a lot of like food chains, right? You have food chains like say like you just had Chick-fil-A,
Hmm.
and there's all these food chains out there. I don't believe, and here's going to be a controversial take. Go ahead and give me your commentary below. I don't believe corporate should be allowed in any food chain.
What do you mean corporate?
Corporate America should not turn food into a product. Did you see that video about fucking the CEO of McDonald's who talked about the burger? He was about to eat it as a product. And like he took a bite of it and then like it was a cut. Like he almost like maybe spit it out, but
I,
said he was in
I
it.
heard about. I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
Okay, you gotta watch that shit. So just look up CEO McDonald's burger, whatever. And so maybe if we put that on the screen, that'd be great. Thanks, team. So long story short, he called it a product. And so where did we lose touch of like yeah, farmers market, fresh food, fresh chicken, fresh whatever, meat, poultry, dairy, where like if corporate is turning our food into a product and corporate's also cold, they don't give a fuck. It's all about the income. It's all about the bottom line. It's all about top line, bottom line. Where are we at, right? As far as like profit, loss, whatever, for the shareholders. Fine if that's a normal like whatever tech, product type shit.
Hmm.
But in the food sector, I feel like it should just be more local. Should be local farms providing local shit
Hmm.
to that local company. And if it's a corporation involved because there's a franchise, there's multiple different locations, I think there should be a reform where then it like you have to get all of your stuff from that specific area. And
Hmm.
if you can't get it from that area, you're not allowed to do anything to alter the food. So it comes from an actual facility and then they send it out
Right.
to the restaurant in bags, in plastic, in whatever. It should be daily they get their food. Like that's how restaurants do it.
Right.
A restaurant has to get a shipment in and then, they like, especially in Arizona, if it's fish, it has to be like 2, 3 days, maybe a week.
Right.
If
At
it's
most. Yeah.
frozen at the most, if it's high end, and you're spending $100 a plate, that's just being flown in daily or every other day. So I went on a little bit of a tangent just because I feel like I want to help innovate the corporate structure from Liftoff. And I just thought about this thought today. So that's why I brought it up just now about like how corporate needs to get out of these food chains because I've been seeing more and more YouTube videos on Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, like all these different companies.
Hmm.
And they're just talking about like the process of what they put in it and what it's about. And it's just so interesting.
Right.
So interesting. So I don't know. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't really have too many thoughts. Kind of like agnostic about that too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it is what it is. Like
Yeah.
if a problem's too big to where I don't think I could solve it without more time than I'm willing to put in,
Yeah.
then I just kind of don't think about
You
it.
kind of think, I love it.
Yeah.
I love
You
it.
know.
Which is good, right? That's good because,
Yeah.
like, depending on who you are, you could drive yourself crazy thinking about something that. And that's the thing. A lot of people out there, if you're even listening, if you can't control something that comes up for you, stop stressing about it
For sure.
because we do that as humans.
Because you got shit, there's real shit to stress about that you can do something about.
Yep.
So it's like, let's stress about that, if anything.
Yep. Exactly. I just like to have open-ended conversations on the show, just so if there is someone that wants to go to bat, hey, more fucking power to you. Go to bat, make it happen, do your thing. It's all good. Like go innovate that shit. I'm gonna do the innovation over here because that's what like comes up for me is like one of my game plans is master plan is like after liftoff gets to a certain level and this keeps growing and I get more notoriety and I have a larger audience, then I can get into the opportunity of like going to corporate America and talking about how we built this organization that is so different. And because I've spent 6 years meeting over 16,000 plus agents and interviewing 650 people, it gives me a different perspective from the opportunity of like what is really coming up. Like if you're in the industry, I know you're not, you have Remax. You've heard of Remax before, been around forever. It's a brokerage. Remax is just a brokerage. It's
Hmm.
agents buy sell. Remax has been around for years and years and years, like 1980 something or before. And then you have over here you have a cloud-based brokerage which is called Real. Real inquired Remax for like 300 million, some crazy 800 million, some crazy number. Corporate never said shit to any of the Remax agents, and I asked one of them yesterday how she felt. She's like, well, they never said anything. They never like sent us an email. They never said anything. I mean, I'm a part of a franchise of Remax,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not directly associated with the corporation. But she's like, I don't know how to feel about it. We're probably gonna get some of their technology, and they said that the company can't try to come over here to Remax and start taking agents to bring them over to the other brokerage, even though they're supposed to be together.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like that's a big no no.
Right.
Like that's a like whoever's at the top lost touch of reality. They don't care about their brothers and sisters because they don't think it's their brothers and sisters because there's just people underneath their organization. You know what I'm saying? Like, why aren't my brother? Because I'm white. We could be brothers, right?
Yeah. No.
Why
100%.
not?
Yeah.
You know, because but that's how we segregate each other. You know, because you're this and I'm that, we can't be brothers. Why not? We both bleed the same, both shit the same, we both eat the same, we both look the same as far as we have two eyes, we got 5 fingers, 5 toes, 2 legs, 2 arms. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so it's just interesting concept. And so that's where I feel like because people now after COVID, I feel like it's been a little bit more kumbaya. People are a little bit more like wanting to have human connection and shit because they're fucking locked down.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know. Not to get into this whole fucking tangent shit, but I'm just getting a rabbit hole over here. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things get changed over. And if you're a Remax agent, I would love to know what you thought about that transition. And if you're real, I don't fucking care about your opinion, to be honest with you. No, I'm joking. But there's no opinion for them, right? Because they just, I mean, there is. You can give me your opinion down below. And can you believe it's been an hour and 42 minutes?
Really already?
Hour and 42 minutes, dude. So if you're still watching, you're a real one. And I want your opinion regardless, because I can't believe you went that long. So, which is crazy. But yeah, so I kind of took the reins back. Anything else that you want to come up for you as the host?
No, really.
No?
Oh, wait. For me to ask you? Or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
What else you got? What else you got?
shit, I kind of got the whole origin story. Let me think.
I mean, you got a lot, bro. You got a lot.
What's the next? I guess when do you want to have that exit? If at any specific point?
8 years.
8 years?
Yeah.
Okay, what does the next 4 look like then?
Next 4.
Wait,
Develop
why,
a
actually, no. Why 8 years?
uh, well, if I've already been in this industry specifically for the last past 13, and then I add another 8, that's 21 years in one industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long time. Not to say that I won't stay in the industry or still be a consultant within the organization, but for some reason, I'm just saying my mid 40s, mid to like late 40s, it just seems like that's going to be the time where I'm like, all right, like it's time to like, you know, like I'm doing this because this is what's next afterwards. Like I'm doing this prematurely
Mm.
because I want to have this be bigger than Joe Rogan. Because I want to be able to help. I'll just say it. I want to be able to help the greater consciousness have a different perspective on the reality that we have been subject to and have unwillingly or willingly agreed to and didn't even know it, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. Right? We talked about the box earlier,
Right.
and so many of you guys out there follow this box mentality and you do what you are told and you think it's cool to watch sports. That's fine. If you think it's cool to watch someone else follow their dream
Mm-hmm.
and you lost yours.
Right.
That's fucking real talk, dude. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so when you get deeper in the concept of that, then it's like Joe Rogan, great, cool. He has majority of the people on his show have influence and they're big names, and I don't fucking care. I want Chris, who's up and coming, to have other people who are also up and coming that can co-create and help each other and follow your shit. And then maybe they need music production. Maybe you have your band watching right now. You feel me?
Yeah.
And let that be something that turns into something, because I love being in the trenches with the average person and all fucking winning and fighting together. And then once I have hundreds of millions of dollars sit in the bank, I can make the decisions properly that I feel that I can make to be of service and be like, let's go. Like there's a guy on Instagram, he's in like England or something like that, and he's like, tell me your dream. That's all. He has a book. about following your dream. He says,
Mhm.
tell me your dream. And then he's like, all right, give me your pitch. He's like, all right, cool. I got this following. I already went through an exit. I got a bunch of money. We're going to make it happen. And he literally says, there is no more barriers. We're making it fucking happen. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where I feel like if someone's viewing and listening and you get all your barriers taken down, what would be holding yourself back? It would be yourself. It'd be trauma. It would be trauma. It could be worthiness, self doubt, the demons. That's the only thing holding you back. If you had the money, the time, the leverage, and the coaching to get you to where you need to go, then all it is yourself. And that's what typically holds people back, is that they have past trauma and shit that they work through to be able to get through it, or they have to feel like they're worthy or whatever the case may be. And so if I can get to that next level, and then I could use this platform to help people get to that next level, I think that's a fucking recipe for winning, because there's not enough people out there that want to see just people win. There's too many people out there that just want to take advantage of people and just want them to fucking be in their clickbait and be in their likes and be in their subscribe and all that type of stuff. But it's like, how many people out there like Logan Paul or Jake Paul or any of the people out there that have influence actually ask their audience, are you winning? How do we help you win? That's real talk.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's where it's like, Liftoff is just there to be the catalyst for me, like the Logan Paul or the Jake Paul clickbait fucking controversial type content. That's how they built their shit. It's like how you want to build your shit, but not like that. But like, you're gonna build your audience so it could be anything and you could just blow it up.
Right.
I'm building that so I can do the same, but do it from the perspective of getting respect from an industry, and I'm slowly but surely building that respect, and people are finally starting to slowly see who I am, and then eventually it'll stick, and then they'll say, holy shit, like, how? And all these questions will come up, and then I'll get on other stages, other podcasts, and then I'll have the opportunity not to just be main lead in my own shit, building my own platform, which God bless, and thank you so much for watching now, and anyone in the future. But then I can leverage other people's platform, so then the people I resonate with can come through, and we can then be able to co-create, help each other, and get to that next level, because yeah, there's just too many people shitting on people,
Yeah.
you know. So that's basically that's the master plan, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I want to do to get to that next level. And so that's why I could think about, even like with our relationship, like, I'm looking for people that want to co-create on a deeper level, from the perspective, like you said earlier, how do I get a piece of the pie, not just a paycheck today?
Right.
Of course, the paycheck today, you got bills, you got shit to pay. I respect it. But then in the future, what can that look like? What can we do? How can we co-create? What can happen out of it? And so, um, yeah, so I'm just like, not want to hold myself back with like going to the next level with you, but also just wanting to just, I want to do a little dance and then put out the content and see what happens. And then I know the event that we're doing on the 16th is going to be just fucking stupid sick,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be so much fun, and we're going to get a lot of shit that's going to come from that. So like, I'm gonna let that be a huge catalyst. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Last event we did was like, in the garage. It was cool. I got some dope ass content, like, with kid asking some questions about entrepreneur type shit, which
Oh yeah.
I really respected that.
Mm-hmm. I
Um,
gotta show you that long form too. I already got a demo. It's looking good.
did you?
Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
This guy's already freaking. This guy's a go getter. If you need someone, hit up Chris. He's awesome. He's a go getter. He'll get the job done. He'll show up on time. He'll get the videos and everything edited within like a timely manner. I was actually talking to my team. I was like, "What's up? Like, you got shit done before them?" And I
Right.
was just like, "This guy's already got this shit done." And like, my
Right.
team, they have other stuff going on because they have a couple clients and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But Bren's my main guy. And I'm like, "What's up, Bren? Where's that?" Because I was like waiting for the interviews from when I went out and did
Oh,
all those
Nashville.
interviews with the Insta 360, like I just showed you.
Yeah.
And then you already had your shit done. So I'm like, damn, I'm gonna post your stuff before their stuff, which is totally cool. It's fine. But I know for a fact, like, I need to do more in this market, like physically here, so that I can have help and support like yourself, to then do more, and not be too loosey goosey with it. Like, I'm kind of just filming myself, and I got the equipment, and then I'm putting out the shit. But like, it'd be nice to start having, because I need more leverage. you know, and share the wealth, have more leverage, and then, you know, do more of that.
For sure.
You know, that's the goal. So, but yeah, man, I can't believe we're freaking 2 hours, bro.
Yeah,
A good conversation goes by quick,
for sure.
you know, and it's a cool thing about this show. And if you've been watching out there, each episode's very different. They're never really ever the same. And what I love the most is that I don't know where it's going to go, because it's supposed to be around like when you had Liftoff personally, professionally, and spiritually. Like, and we talked about your personal liftoff, and now we know about how teasing helped you with Liftoff, and personally moving out here helped you with Liftoff. And then, you know, professionally, like making music and doing the video editing stuff. And like, you're helping me with that. Spiritual, we got a little bit of like, you know, talking about a little bit of stuff. Didn't go too deep there, but I like to go deep in whatever is the vibe with the person, you know what I'm saying? So, because yeah, it's I don't know, you never know what you can get out of a good conversation.
For sure.
And like, how often do you just sit down and have a conversation these days?
Yeah, not as often as it should be. That's for sure.
Like you two out there, I'm not saying start a podcast. You can, but like just chilling with your partner, with your spouse, with a good old friend. You know what I'm saying? Like just chill. You know, get some fucking sun, go to the beach, take a walk, go to the hike, whatever, or just sit and chill and just talk. I think we're all just so quick. 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 3 seconds. Gotta do this, gotta do that. It's just like, do you? I don't know.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like also my personal kind of like, I can just chill and have a conversation with someone. You know what I'm saying? So
like productive in a way, you know.
yeah, it's productive, but it's just a chill conversation. And there's like, hey y'all, if you want to like and subscribe, cool. I got nothing to sell you. I got no merch. You know, there ain't no PayPal. I don't have, you know, what's that?
Patreon or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You fucking read my mind. No Patreon, none of that shit. And so all I say is that, hey, if you see value, 2 hours in, like, follow, subscribe. What was your biggest takeaway? That's it. So let's just do it. What was your biggest takeaway? If there's one thing you could pick from the show today, last 2 hours conversation.
Probably we're more similar than I thought. Like I had a feeling, but I was like, this kind of confirmed it.
I told you we're brothers, man. We're brothers from another mother. Yeah, me too. The teasing.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's so huge in the way you grow up.
Yeah.
I think it changes everything.
Fucking everything.
If you like I said, if you successfully put yourself back in the box, then it can be rough if you are stuck in there because you really put yourself in there. If you just kind of like, if you kind of fail at putting yourself back in the box, and like anything's possible.
Thank you for watching today's episode of the Liftoff Experience, as it is our intention to be able to help you have more liftoff in your life, personally, professionally, and spiritually. That's why we bring on amazing individuals and amazing episodes to be able to help you do as such. New episodes come out every single Saturday. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment below with one thing that you took away from the episode. And if you have a compelling story that you wish to share and you want to come to Phoenix, Arizona, Gilbert, Arizona specifically, to our recording studio, we'd love to have you on an episode. And a big thank you to Liftoff Agent, who does the thumbnail, writes the copy, does all the content for our show behind the scenes. That's all I do is find guests, point and shoot, and have a good time. So thanks so much to Liftoff Agent team. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the episode. And just do us a favor and like, subscribe, give us your feedback so we can get this out to more individuals. And of course, you can share this with someone else that you think that should see it, because at the end of the day, we all have to help each other and serve each other to have more liftoff. And now, our YouTube channel, you can go ahead and see all of our other videos. If you're listening to this, just go to the Liftoff Experience on YouTube. And if you're watching this, then you can see on the screen that we have lots of episodes that you can take a look at and you can watch today to be able to go deeper with different subject matters to help you have more liftoff in your life. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. God bless. We'll see you all on the next one.